Hello everyone, this is Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Let's get ready to go and have you excited for the first week of December in today's weekly challenge on Gran Turismo 7. So folks, Spec 3 update turns out to be becoming much more bigger out there as we got ourselves for a brand new mission challenge available at Watkins Glen Long Course for one lap magic by using the Chevrolet Corvette CX.R Vision Gran Turismo concept. We'll be ready up and take on with some generations of Corvettes from C1 to C8. As we got 4 events available after I just cleared from Japanese FF Challenge 450 at Blue Moon Bay Speedway in Field A as I tried out to go for the Mitsubishi FTO GP version R 1997 in the wide body version. But we have the Sylvia Sisters in Deep Forest Raceway Reverse, European FR Challenge 550 at Autodrome Lago Maggiore East, and World Touring Car 800 is about to go for a one-way ticket to Yas Marina Circuit located in the UAE at Abu Dhabi. 3 prizes as I already got 100,000 Gran Turismo credit, so I might need to have 2 credit tickets available to be compete in 3 events on 200,000 GT credits, and all events will receive with 500,000 GT credits. Everything is going to get much more nicer out there after a lack of concentration, and get to know about the 8 vehicles for this main latest update and 2 new tracks as well. That will be much more nicer, and it's going to go for a continuation, so I'll have to be ready up to go for the Sylvia Sisters as race number 2 after race number 1 to go clear and complete. So as always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. So let's begin and ready to go for today's brand new weekly challenge. So the weekly challenge is still going on in about 2 days left to go, so I have to do it right now and use it for the wide body version on this FTO GP version R. Might need to have a sports compound tires as I decided to go for the medium compound as well, and recommendable purchase to have a hard tire compound to be needed as possible. Just might have to go for change up the performance without upgrade parts. So there you go, that's 501.5 performance point. I'll check, enter the track, and here I go. We'll be embraced to go part 2 in car test number 4. But this time, featured road car on the Mitsubishi FTO GP version R is Tomoaki Yamanaka, as he will explain the details before the pre-race interaction, and 4 lap challenge will be ready up and go. So let's have a good look on the starting grid, and he is on 3rd place right now. Hi there, I'm Tomoaki Yamanaka from Japan. Today I'll be driving an FF sports car from the 1990s, the Mitsubishi FTO, a sibling of the famous GTO. The FTO wheel is short and wide proportions like a weapon and puts other FRs to shame in terms of cornering speeds. Its impressive suspension helps to channel 197.2 HP of power from its 2.0 liter V6 engine. Very nice and good discussion about the sibling between the FTO and GTO, but more likely to have 2 cars in one manufacturer brand to be coming as brothers in sports car. It would be more awesome to see the FTO and GTO to go racing in action when they're about to be participate in Japanese Clubman Cup 550. So let's go for it. 10th place on the first lap and overtake with some few other sports car in the front wheel drive layout before the first turn is heading up, and go look around to have a revised changes on Blue Moon Bay Speedway. Looks like Toyota Gazoo Racing logo sign has now been well remained, and the sign itself, because the Dunlop logo before proceed to have a good look on the right hand side, and just have to go proceed onto the infield A at turn number 2. Just to get going, it looks like got a good eyes on Brileo Gallo on a Honda Civic CX.R 1987 in 6th place. But one tire compound to be well outfit and good improvement will be doing more nicely to take on with some few other Japanese sports cars to have a best of performance. But don't let yourself get much more corner up to have some few other sports car and FR drivetrain when using this FTO GP version R to go with two types if you're about to go for the wide body or non-wide body specific. So there you go. Overtake Igor Fraka in the 1998 Honda Civic Type R EK model. Now that brings out to go for the outfield to be exit and take the final corner will be proceed to be overtake at the 2017 Suzuki Swift Sport. Only 3 more to go. I see Tomoaki Yamanaka, and he's currently driving on the same FTO GP version R as Okamoto in second place when using the Nissan Qashqai. Okay, there you go. First lap clear. Moving on and halfway point at lap number 2. Gotta get behind him. Looks like Kono is about to be using with a Honda Integra Type R DC2 1998. Start to go in second place and get behind the Integra. Looks like both FTO GP version R are about to go for a side-by-side and matter of comparison to explain the difference. But this will do nicely to have both FTOs. We might need to have a thumbnail image to be captured after this race is over and consider this as the first part of the weekly challenge. So here comes the hairpin, first place coming up. Just have to keep it nice and slow and drive well to go corner up to have an element of understeer to have the best ways to go. Short blind corner coming up. Got to be expected on the lookout after I just took by 1 minute 35.101 seconds and heading up to go on sector 3. But very nice to have the Dunlop sign logo on each part of the track when you're about to see it. But there will be some other racetrack that might need to go revised and different changes to be well affect, just like Trial Mountain Circuit and High Speed Ring, along with Tokyo Expressway on different districts. But I just really gonna have to check it out right after this, because the dirt lap will be proceeded to go for a penultimate run and see how it feels to go for a fully improved faster for the wide body FTO. Just have the first turn to go clear and make it much more updatable to be improved by 1 minute 31.578 seconds. Just drive well to go understeer. Looks like Yamanaka is moving on in position second after overtake Kanto. Okay, Kanto is in third. Just have to go back on sector 2 and make it much more procedure to have a hairpin to go apply and brake zone on the line. If you ever think about to put up with your own kind of Liberty design variation to becoming as a true base replica since Gran Turismo 1 and Gran Turismo 2, I kind of say that everybody should have to go for it. This will bring out to have this FTO to be well outfitted with some customization parts, will be treated to becoming as a GT300 spec race car, and the LM version as well to see how the differences might go for a comparison on research. If you ever think to see this sports car, it'll have to go for only one hard going competition to bring this one to Le Mans in the WTC 700. So here goes the final lap and update fastest run time in 1 minute 29.143 seconds. This will have to go nicely and take that good understeer to be right back on turn 1. But halfway there to go on a Trailblazer to have some few other Japanese sports car. Looks like Okamoto has been dropped down to position 5 as Miyazaki is now moving on in 4th place. It's time to keep going. Only a few more turns up to go, and Yamanaka is about to go for a 2nd place runner-up to have a non-wide body version for the FTO. But as you may ever think to be recalled to have two differences to have the butter cars of the Mitsubishi vehicles between the GTO Twin Turbo and FTO GP version R. But much more clever and have the 1991 model to be serving to go for the original model to be featured with the pop-up headlights, and the revised, if it will be possible to see the 1998 will have to go for an update facelift model to be featured on the headlights. but we shall see how it goes. But I kind of think that more cars should be well planned and expected to be on the lookout for next year's update for the start on January 2026. So here goes the final stretch. Got to take the right side and eyes on the checker flag. This is going to get much more nicer, and fastest lap time to be well achieved to go check mark on the first run is complete. There we go. So that's one race down, 4 more to go, and looks like one lap magic on the Chevrolet Corvette. We might need to take some time before heading out to Watkins Glen International Long Course. But first, as I still goes on to have the main focusing topic on Spec 3, so I had to put myself to go for a long term of hard work. We might need to take some time to go for one day at a time. So I had to go proceed, and I'll have to leave it as well to go for a notification to be on the expected on the pause after I just took for the fastest lap time, and ends up in 75,000 Gran Turismo credits. So there you go. CX.R roulette ticket has been received, and 100,000 Gran Turismo credit has now been obtained until the expiration date on January 3rd, 2026. So let's go for the replay. Let's find 2 FTO GP version R on site. So it's going to be well passed by on lap number 3. Just have to go in 2 minutes and 10 seconds to have a good look. There it is. Let's have the capture thumbnail image to go right here, but there's going to be having one possibility to be switching up onto the main cam footage. Just hold on. There it is right now, right next to the Integra Type R. Okay, very perfect. Just have to go switch up the cam and go right in. Make it much more creativity to have the differences to go close in. Very nice. Let's exit, and I'll have to put myself to go for saving up the replay. Looks like the countdown begins in about 3 hours left to go, so this will put myself to go for a full racing strategy and the labor itself for only one main part of the segment video, as I had to take a good eyes on 4 unchecked events to go. Now let's have the Sylvia sisters who will be proceed after Blue Moon Bay Speedway in Japanese FF Challenge 450 as race number 1. This will go on in race number 2 to have a good placement in reverse direction in 3 laps, as I decided to go for the Nissan Silvia Spec-R Aero S15 2002 after tested out to go with 2 Mazda sports car on the RX-8 Spirit R 2012 with Asaki Igawa and the RX-7 Spirit R Type A 2002 with Sakura in it. But this will bring out to have a third livery design variation is Yukikase Mitsuki. Yukikase Mitsuki is a prodigy and ace taiminen, just like her mother, but she has one element skill that she has her art known as the lightning taiminen, and a childhood friend of Rinko Akiyama. But much more interesting to have some description about her. She is one of the taiminens, and also yet one of the main playable characters from the action taiminen game. But I tell you viewers, it is very much more well-deserved enjoyable out there after taking some few other racing games and other kinds of games as well, but I just might have to be preferred to go for a main focus, as I still have Vision Total Drama and DreamArt Livery Style Dispenser. But almost forgot one thing perhaps, is I had to get down to do some prepping just in case to have some suspension, LSD, transmission, and few parts, including with a turbocharged RPM that adds up with an anti-lag system. We get all set, calculate performance, and update into 640.46. Alright, let's go for race number 2. 1 taiminen livery coming up, and ride the lightning to go on the rolling start in about 3 seconds, and see this SFW based fan art will go climbing up to be racing action in about first place in 3 laps, as the first one is about to go underway by taking the first turn. So I had to look ahead, just have to go maintain pace and get behind on Nobori in 8th place before turn 3 comes up, and have the hairpin to go out and out on turn 4. Just have to go for the main line, stepping up the apex, and gap distance is now been set to go in 5.8 seconds. things are about to get much more different out there, viewers. After last week from November, things are about to go for only one good brand new mission challenge, as I've been planning to be looking forward to it, besides using all 5 cars at once, and that will be putting up to have 4 cars as well. But it takes a lot of good exciting features and some new events when it comes to have a good related focus in GT7 Spec III update. So this will have to do for only one good valuable partnership to have done love to the game, and also yet many changes to have some aftermarket signs has been turned out to be well differently, just like all the other racetracks to have a one strong sponsored partnership like Toyota Gazoo Racing. So here comes the third sector. Gonna have to stay behind on Alston in about 0.3 seconds up ahead, shorter it gets, and wait until the second hairpin to go for another out and out. Okay, just have to wait for it. Just really don't want to have myself to go for a short temper. Just might need to get my mind remain focused. After drinking one amount of the green tea, is gonna have to keep myself to go for a calm of meditation. Fastest lap time in 1 minute, 45.760 seconds as the second lap continues on. I see 4 more cars to go, including Randall Haywood in second place, earlier to be seen, and comes around to have a one good braking position to get back on the out and out on hairpin 1. I see him right now. He's about to catch up onto Tamura in first place. Just take that slipstream, so I'm about to go right in and embrace it to go for the skill of a time-minute lightning to see this S15 Silvia will bring out to have a strong energy of a spiritual. Got to go lighter up and short-term commit. Fierce moderate and well heavy handling to go for a skill of the F-Bar sports car. Got to stay on track. Moving on in 4th place after overtake Jay Lee. Okay, closing up. Just have to take one step at a time. And 3 more Silvias to go. 2 S14 Silvia 1996 is about to go for the battle of first place. Just have to go look ahead, and third sector proceeds onward. But that would be much easier to have 2 S14 Silvias as a 1994 and 1996 facelift model. Just have to take a guess and will hint. Okay, looks like Tamura is about to go upper hand in first place. Final lap, here it comes, and I'm about to give it all I got and take that committing effort to go for a stepping stone as turn 1 to go dive in and keep it self-centered control. Okay, so that's 1994 Silvia Type S. Looks like this will be bring out to have one same Silvia S14 1994. Take that hairpin. Gonna have to go for a side-by-side. Switching up onto the gear and close as ever. Okay, let's go back on sector 2. There we go. Looks like Yuki Kase's Nissan Silvia Spec.R Aero S15 2002 is in the lead during the third lap in the final run. Very nice, and Ride the Lightning brings out to have a good skill of affixes is much more well-deserved fan art SW livery. So I have to get careful out there and take that reinforced turn to go on the lap. Okay, much more darker out there, and headlights still goes on by the display. So you see, viewers, this third time-minute livery is now well deserved to be embraced to go for a skill of a Lightning Silvia S15 Spec.R Aero. But that will have to be much more possible if anybody else can ask me to make another time-minute livery. But also yet, if anybody else might have to do some other plans to create a decal with Murasaki Yatsu, but feel welcome to, but it's your own decision. But that's why I still have my own fan art projects, as I still might need to keep it focused before the 5th season of the Spencer Cam Fans vs. Favors. Now on to the results for race number 2 in the Sylvia Sisters at Deep Forest Raceway Reverse in a total time of 5 minutes, 7.516 seconds, and fastest lap time by doing well impressive to go for only one Lightning time-minute livery, Yukikaze Mitsuki in 1 minute, 40.171 seconds in the third lap. So this will be very nicely, and one suspension camp livery might have to go for a little bit much more standby notice and take a good look for only one racing outfit and helmet itself. So that's a clean bonus of 50% to go in 67,500 GT credits, and already got one roulette ticket by the daily, and this racing outfit as you're about to be using for only one Nissan Sylvia Spec.R Aero S15 2002 with a tuned part variation and the same kind of a time-minute livery fan art. But there's more to that related to this kind of a fan art livery with Yukikaze Mitsuki. Now I'll have to go into playback position and have a good eyes on the dominant image when it comes to go for a short footage on the replay. But it gets much more darker and brighter to have the headlights will be seen on display. Let's change up the view, and putting up to have the front view is all I need. Okay, too close so far, but they'll have to give this one and make it much more well deserved to have a content replay number 2. So let's go to Autodrome Lago Maggiore in European F-Bar Challenge, and this time I'm about to go for the Alfa Romeo AC Competizione 2008 with the nun herself, Isabel Carboni, or people may call her Sister Isabel. So I'll have to take a break from one of the 3 time-minute liveries, and this will might have to put myself to go for dispenser camp livery and have one good performance point to be well checked and applied to go in over 550. The nun is about to be ready to join in session on the track, and every Gran Turismo players maybe turns out to be expected to look out and give God some strength for the Alfa Romeo HC Competizione 2008 will be on the challenger to be in the last place and take 5 laps around in the east course of Autodrome Lago Maggiore. I'm so very glad that this is going to be the best all-time moment, as I just recently by mistaken if the Alfa Romeo AC Competizione might need to have a swap engine to be coming as a naturally aspirated or a turbocharged engine. It would be nice to see a turbocharged Alfa Romeo AC Competizione in action, so anybody else would be more likely to have the sports car to be planned for a requested swap engine in the future updates. So, looks like first lap coming up, and Drive with Isabel's dream car is a brand new sports car of the Poltmobile. Turn 1 clear, now turn 2 is already checked and applied, and have one BMW 3.0 CSL 1973 before going up, and God give the Alfa Romeo AC Competizione some strength before catching up and go for a blessing podium finish in first place in 5 laps. Got to go moving on in 9th place. Gap distance down to 19.8 seconds before moving on to have turn 5 to go for a racing line of blessing. 1 part dispenser camp livery and 1 part Catholic. This livery is all about to have the skills of the spiritual sports car. It's all about to have a good track on display, and well deserved to see the AC Competizione to go participate for only one event in F-Bar Challenge for every European sports car. So here it goes, triple overtake coming up, and right on the cue to have a 5th position after Thomas left it away in the BMW C4 3.0i 2003. But not yet at least, just only had to take a good eyes on Coque Lopez in about 4.6 seconds left as the final turn comes in and comes around. We'll go for a slow display of handling when facing up on the final turn. Full stretch coming up. First lap clear, and make the fastest lap time to go in lap number 2 by a minute. 40.204 seconds will be amped up to go for a spiritual time attack to see one Alfa Romeo AC Competizione for a single dispenser camp fan art livery. Got to keep going, and much more well-deserved sports car ever since from the Grand Tour back from Gran Turismo 5 since 2010. And there we go, moving to 4th place and 3 more to go. Looks like Nicholas Rubiller in the BMW M3 Sport Evolution 1989 has now been coming in and catching up onto the second place driver in about a few more gap distance left to go. Just have to come right in, catching up to the Beamer. This will give one blessing overtake after turn 5 and right on the right side to go for the opening spot. Easier said than done, and looks like two BMWs in position 1 and 2 is closing in by 2.7 seconds left. Let's do on sector 3. Got to go for it. Let's have the BMW M3 Coupe 2007 to go first and final corner after the last one, as Lucas Brunelli is still remain in first place on the M2 Competition Coupe 2018. Stay on track, just to get focused on the M2 competition. Make that full stretch. And hallelujah! First place in the lead, and very well impressive to have the fastest lap time in a minute 37.731 seconds as lap number 3 goes on. Well, I can't wait until the one lap magic at Watkins Glen Long Course for the Chevrolet Corvette CX.R Vision Gran Turismo. This will get much more shorter out there before we proceed to go for the best one in the World Touring Car 800 at Yas Marina Circuit. But not yet at least, just might need to get myself to pull it together. The race goes on, and putting up to half the gap distance will be set to go in 1.3 seconds. So thank you God, and thank you for this dispenser camp livery on the Alfa Romeo 8C Competizione. Got to keep going and moving onward. This one might need to step it up and embrace it to go for a skill of Time Attack Real Car. But maybe I should rather have to choose for only one good kind of a Group 3 race car, so I already checked out and go for the Chevrolet Corvette C7 Group 3, as I had to be ready up and go for the best time to take on with the Ferrari 296 GT3 2023. It's going to get much more better out there, so I might need to stay on track and keep a watchful eye on the clock until the main date is about to be over soon before heading up to Friday. So that's why first week of December weekly challenges is putting me a lot of effort out there to have a pressure of stress. So 2 more laps to go, 4th lap coming up, and update in the same time with a decimal in 0.205 seconds. Let's drive well to be pleased, and Lucas Brunelli is about to go for the runner-up offense to catch up to my current position. You'll have to give it more full stock rather than upgrade parts, and exceptionally to have the sports tires is now been set and go well applied to drive anywhere to have a good blessings of opportunity. Looks like Lucas Brunelli is about to go offense. Let's have sector 3 and wait until it goes on at sector 2. Okay, here comes the next turn on number 6. Better be ready to go on the S's and drive it like you're about to go for a skill of a competition wheel-going racer. Okay, easier said than done, and right on sector 3 to go back in. Just have to take that main straightaway, go on, and brake zone comes in around to take the final turn. Okay, last turn clear. Got to do this. And ready up to go, embrace it for a full run in about a final lap, just like I had to take one more run to go. So let's do this, viewers. Final lap, number 5 is coming up for only one magic trick. Let's have the first turn comes in and get fully well exercised to have the ABS is now been suited to go full default, so I had to get myself prepared and get shape up. So I come this far, so I might need to keep up and stay faster to go for a runner-up of experience for only one single race at a time. Just have to go pack up on gear number 3. Just keep listening to the sound of the V8 engine and go straight ahead back at Sector 2. Okay, so time of day is 7:17 a.m. Just have to go for it and wait until 7:20 a.m. soon until the finish line. We'll go for a blessing of success. Only 2 more minutes left. Just only have to take a good eyes on the clock on the dashboard. And there it goes. Just only have 2 more turns left, and final stretch coming up right after the final corner. So right on cue, but this will have to go for only 1 short minute later. Stay on track and go full throttle to have a one-way ticket to have a finish line to go for a checkered flag. So hallelujah! First place for Team Isabel on the Alfa Romeo 8C Competizione for the win, and impressive to go for a third check mark as of received progress to go for 200,000 Gran Turismo credits. So car number 999 is all done, and here is the fastest lap time. Might have to go for a blessing of joy in a minute 35.510 seconds and a total time of 8 minutes 7.782 seconds. That's more like it, but I can't wait to go for only one brand new race challenge and the full race itself, just to have 60,000 Gran Turismo credit to go for obtain of earning. So perfect, that's 200,000 Gran Turismo credit to be obtained and 1 extra additional to go batch up on the content replay. So let's make something to go for a few of the masterpiece. Just only have this spot right over here, or if anything else possible, I'm always about to go for a plan of creativity when it comes in to have this one to go close in by display. Just have to go zoom in, and there it is. Right at the spot, and then moving on to go stage number 4 for the first week of December weekly challenge, and this will bring out to have all Corvette Generations, including with the Chevrolet Corvette CX.R Vision Gran Turismo concept, and this will go for a 1-lap magic coming up at Watkins Glen International Long Course. Will be prepared myself to go for a procedure stage in the penultimate. And so it begins, viewers. I'm about to go for a brand new mission challenge to be tried out as well. But this will overtake all cars on the track in just 1 lap, and regulations to have 1 race car available by using the Chevrolet Corvette CX.R Vision GT concept. Just like the driving missions ever since from the previous update, and this is going to get much more different out there when you're visiting in the world circuits. But look over here on the ranking board, has now been well introduced as part of Spec 3 update and the new set of the weekly challenge as well. Let's have a look on the top 10 stars, and this is going to get much more interesting out there to see the top 10 Gran Turismo players to be participate for a brand new mission challenge. Sweet and very awesome. So this time, this will have to go for a specified vehicle, but no personal station vehicle allowed at this point. But 1 lap, and all generation Corvettes are about to be joining session, and it's going to get much more nicer out there that you might need to prove yourself to go faster and experience for the Chevrolet Corvette CX.R Vision Gran Turismo concept. As we have known about the generations of Corvettes from C1 in the late 1950s to the CA in 2020s. So this is going to get much more nicer out there to have all kinds of road-going Corvettes, just like all the other sports car on the previous driving missions. So just have to keep that in mind. If you're about to be proceed to go for a friend's ranking, feel welcome to. Ready up to go for a 1-minute countdown, as you're about to see all the Corvette generations to start out from C1 1958 will be take the first one, and then the C2 will have to take on standby before heading up to go green light. So starting in about 43 seconds left, and the C2 Corvette has started. So next up, the Corvette 3rd generation Stingray is about to be on the main third lineup, and then the 4th gen Corvette will wait after the C3 Corvette. Okay, same goes as well. Let's have the C5 Corvette to be ready up and go rolling out to have a nice placement to be start on the main countdown, and sync goes to the Corvette CR1 6th Generation 2009 and the C7 CR1 2019. Okay, last but not least, Corvette CA has started, and wait until the countdown in about 3, 2, 1, and we're off. So I had to look ahead and use the overtake before the first turn is coming in. So you might have to do this quickly, viewers. This mission challenge is going to be the first experience as part of the weekly challenge, so you might need to do it for only one clean turn at a time. Okay, looks like C8 Corvette is on the overtake to be dropped down to 9th place. So look ahead, viewers. Outer loop on the chicane and comes in to get behind on the C7 CR1 2019. Okay, get on the line and go for the outer loop and wait until the chute after overtake the 6th Generation Corvette. Easy, nice, and rolling in to go for only one offense gap in about 27 seconds to go. Okay, let's take the dog leg and go rolling up on the line. So I have to do this quickly and use the overtake just in case that you might need to go faster up in about gear number 6 by the range. Okay, W. Langui is on the 3rd Gen Corvette, 3rd place, and that means for only one last 2 Corvettes on the C1 and C2 in about 13 seconds left to go. Last 2 turns to go, and final sector coming up, and make it much more impressive to go for a high-speed display. But man, so far so close, and this is going to be my first time to be finishing up to go on the placement as challenge number 4 to go for a dumb check. So that's 2nd place. Maybe I should rather have to go again for only one new attempt. I tell you, viewers, this brand new mission challenge for all of us for the first time ever, it's all about to have the skills will be tested as we're about to go hard for first and achieve the goal. So right now, this one to get back to square one to have all 8 generations of Corvette, as we still have to be using to get the hang of it by doing one Corvette CX.R Vision Gran Turismo concept. Looks like the 2nd generation Corvette Stingray has already started. Now, the 3rd gen Corvette Stingray has started. So next up, 4th generation Corvette CR-1 1989 has now been rolling out, and have the 5th gen Corvette CO6 2001 model, and then the other 3, especially for the 2009 Corvette CR1 6th generation for my own kind of a favorite. C7 Corvette CR1 is now been ready up to go on the starting line, and have the 8th generation Corvette will have to be joining as well. Let's go for 3 seconds, and ready up to go faster, committed, and unleash the sound of the overtake boost will go carry over by 200 miles per hour. First turn coming up. It's going to get heavy and fast. Just have to take a good eyes on turn 2 and 3 and go dashing around on turn number 4. So going up on gear number 7, got to go swoop in and take the 2nd sector, take it nice and slow, and get behind on the 6th generation Corvette CR1. Okay, very nice. Here comes the chute, dive on in, and right on the pass overtake to the 5th gen Corvette CO6. Okay, very nice. So next up, 4th generation Corvette CR-1 1989, and this will go around on the dogleg in about 18.8 seconds left to go for only 2 more sectors left. Come on, just might need to keep going. It's only down to 10 seconds. Better hurry up and go right in to take the last 2 turns remain on sector 4. But don't slow down. You might need to have enough speed and cornering once you're about to get the hang of it. And here comes the final stretch. Oh yeah, baby, I am so very good at it. New attempt on number 2 has been well applied and adjusted to have my new record in 2 minutes 26.227 seconds. Nice. Stage number 4 mission challenge has now been well done for the first time ever, and consider this as the 4th race of the weekly challenge. So, I should rather skip the replay right after this because I already saved one content, and here it is right now to put myself in position 7 on the friends ranking. Good job, and very well impressive to have the first time ever for the weekly challenge to go for a mission challenge in 1 lap magic. So there you go. That's 40,000 Gran Turismo credit, and this is going to get much more nicer out there to be proceeded to go for the final race in the first week of December weekly challenge before the second week will be coming up until tomorrow. So I have to get ready, and I'm about to have my Corvette C7 Group 3 and heading up to the Yas Marina circuit for the World Touring Car 800. Hope I'm ready, viewers, and let's get started out for the WTC 800. We'll be preparing ourselves to go for a 10-lap challenge as the tire wear in 7 times and fuel consumption rate in 3 times. So you might need to choose any kinds of tire compound if you're about to go for the hard or medium compound tires, just in case that you might need to have some installed parts to go apply and upgrade on any Group 3 cars. So here I go, viewers. The big race awaits, and this time Jun Hashimiya is about to be ready to go by using the Ferrari 296 GT3 2023. But they will be having some different opponents to go for any kinds of manufacturer brands on every Group 3 cars, but this will get much more better out there to have all the other racetracks in one series event. But I consider this to be coming as event number 17, and I'm down for it. This will go on to have the first lap to be in the evening, and the rest will go for a full night to have a spotlight. We'll be ready up to go for a full party competition. So one pre-race interaction coming up, and details about the 296 GT3 by Ferrari. I'm Jun Hashimiya from Japan. Today I'll be driving a Ferrari 296 GT3. Man, am I excited to drive this car. It's based on the 296 GTB, a PF powered by a twin-turbo 3.0-liter V6. Of course, in making this car GT3 complete, the engineers had to abandon the unique hybrid system. With its wide and low design inspired by the 250LM, this racing machine presents a commanding presence on the track. See that, viewers? Every race car to become as a GT3 category, it will be removed to have the hybrid powertrain featured and well designed to becoming as a stage of motorsports. So I'm down for it. Looks like Jun is about to be placed in 5th position and ready up to go for a challenger ongoing to be placed remain on last place at the 20. So let's go for it, viewers. It's going to be the best race ever of all time, and I'm so very excited that I graduated after taking part of circuit experience. So here goes the first turn, and ready up to go on lap 1. As you can see, viewers, new participants, and even the current Gran Turismo players on the grid, this is going to get much more interesting to have the main new ones, and also yet, by starting out to go catch up with the Dodge Viper SRT GT3R 2015 is El Onagi. So I had to get closer and proceed around on turn 5. Got to go warming up on full respawn handling to be checked, and have the first 4 laps to go for the early evening. So heads up. Looks like the spotlight is about to be ready to turn on, and expect to look out before I proceed to go for the next 6 laps. So I have to brace myself and get behind where the Dodge Viper SRT GT3R and Alfa Romeo 4C Group 3 car has now been well coming in, and go clear on turn 6 and 7 before going upper hand on around in turn 8. So there you go. Double overtake, and gap distance is now been set to go in 34.1 seconds. Okay, let's go on turn 9 and catching up to H. Akamoto in the Nissan GT-R Nismo GT3 in the Gran Turismo movie variation. So good thing, hard racing compound tires has now been set, and be ready for only one good excellent skill by the 90-degree angle. Let's have turn 12 and take the left turn to go on turn 13 and turn 14. Got to get closer on gear 2 and have enough speed and extra space. Turn 15 coming up, and the last turn to go stop in and take the last one to go slower in on turn 16. Okay, very impressive. Now we'll have to wait until the fastest lap time to go on lap number 3 soon after finishing up on lap 2. But I tell you viewers, it's going to get nicer out there to see this race for all Group 3 cars to be set and prior to the special event for the World Finals event celebration for the Gran Turismo World Series Manufacturers Cup. So I have to do this for only one thing at a time. This race always has to get much more bigger, excited, and much more better out there to see some new participants and even the returning ones to go for a current after finishing up on race number 16 by the latest. So I had to go catch up to Borleo Gallo and the Honda Castro Mugen NSX 2000. Full speed ahead and gonna have to go prepared to have a one-way ticket to get back to turn 6 and turn 7. So let's keep it nice and slow and have enough grip. This will do for only 33 seconds around the gap, so I have to go pushing in and keep up with the best effort to stay in one piece. Okay, good obvious. Now, gonna have to catch up to El Simon before heading back to Sector 3 in 15th place to catch up to the same Chevrolet Corvette C7 Group 3. Okay, just have to go around on turn 10 or 11. Brakes don't check. Just have to keep it nice and slow and do it for only one at a time. But I tell you viewers, I kind of love about Yas Marina Circuit is a much more beautiful high-end racetrack for all race cars, including GT3 and Formula 1 cars. But that would be much more impressive if the FIA World Endurance Championship is going to be more likely to have themselves to go for an all-in full race endurance. But we'll wait and see, because we still have a lot of good interesting to have some new manufacturer brands before the upcoming 2026 season for the WEC. But good thing Genesis is about to be bringing out to have their own Le Mans hybrid car. It's going to get much more nicer, bigger, and well-deserved expansion opportunity to have some more manufacturer brands will be ready to join the track. So moving on to catch up to Takuma Minasono in the Subaru BRZ GT300 2021. Got to go back on Sector 2 and take the Coral Model run after taking the 5th turn. Is gonna have to go applied and unleash the supercharger to go for a Packa B8 engine. Okay, our shoes just took the fastest lap time in 1 minute 58.144 seconds. He's in the lead, but looks like this might have to keep a good eyes on the Ferrari 296 GT3 race car to be expected and be on the lookout onto the top 5 grid. Got to keep going, and the field pressure has still got it by 75% to go. Okay, here comes the 3rd sector. Got to go commit on offense and right around to go on turn number 9. Okay, I see Angel Inestrosa in the Porsche 911 RSR Type 991 2017. But you know, it would be much more great if it's going to be possible to see the Porsche 911 RSR as a Type 992 race car. But you may ever think they will be having a 911 GT3 race car for a different kind of a platform for the 2020s models to be expected, and be on the lookout for the future upcoming update. But that would be much more nicer and greater to see. There will be having 2 Porsche 911 RSR race cars to have the original as a 2017 and the Proceed model to have a different look until the main date model to be expected by around in the early 2020s. But we'll have to find out soon enough, because the 4th lap and the night time is already here. So I have to keep going. Looks like it's about to go for upper hand offense to have a good eyes as usual to be remain on 30 seconds. Okay, looks like this might need to take a forced recovery. Just have to do it for only one handling turn at a time. But thank you, quick forced recovery. That's all I need to have a 1 extra perk to be additional. Let's keep it nice and slow So I see Thomas Lebetoué in position 11 in the BMW M6 GT3 Sprint model. Come on. I still might need to have enough strength of horsepower by using the high-end torque of the supercharger and go right in and take the main straightaway complex to have this main compact layout. But that would be much more nicer to have one additional track layout for Yas Marina circuit. But I don't know. But it looks so very cool and very nice out there to have a good nighttime condition to go for a spotlight to have a good line on the condition. So I had to look ahead, coming right back on turn 12 and take the first 2 laps on turn 13 and 14. But hold on, looks like a new guy is coming in on 10th place by using the Ford GT Race Car 2018. So let's proceed to go on turn 15 and 16. Got to keep going and stay on track as possible. So there you go. Standard lap time is going clear and almost broke out one thing perhaps after I just took the dirt lap by 1 minute 56.871 seconds. But good job. Just when I need to have a 1 standard up faster lap time, just like when using the Renault E-Space F1 1995. But it takes some time and just have to get used to it when it comes to have a good experience by trying out with 8 new cars. So almost there to be reaching up on the halfway point. Stay on track and go for position 11 onwards. Let's go kick it up in the high gear and go offense on the way to catch up to Kei Kawakami and this time Steve Blackburn in the Aston Martin B12 Vantage GT3 is here. Come on, just have to stay on top and use the apex. Give that traction check and go full offense coming up, and I'm about to catch up to Kilian Drummond in the Subaru WRX Group 3. There he is right now. Looks like it's going to get nicer out there to have a full racing display of courage to see some few other Gran Turismo players to be remain ongoing. Okay, just have to get much more careful to avoid the contact. Okay, close call. Let's go on the radar and keep a good eyes on surveillance in case of emergency. Okay, this one might have to get closer out there to be toughened up and be on the lookout. Other Group 3 cars should be more likely to be proceed to go on lap number 6 or lap number 7 by determined. Every other racetrack is about to be set out to have a new height, new challenges, and new role of opportunity when it comes to have a regulation to go meeting up the top of the compound. And there you go, 7th place to go moving on, and looks like I'm about to catch up to Kobayashi in the Toyota GR Supra Racing Concept 2018. I see him right now. I'm about to go for the high speed and go brake on position at turn 5 by enter to go back at sector 2. Okay, let's check on the fuel map. It's only down to 44%. Still have a front tires to go remain to have a hard compound placement. Okay, that's quite good enough. Just have to go back around on turn 6 and 7 to have a good method to have a long short-term chicane. It's only down to 18.3 seconds left. Looks like our show's in the lead, so he's about to be running out of grip soon before we proceed to go to the pit stop. We'll have to find out if it's going to be the racing soft, medium, or hard compound tires by the guests. But I was born ready to have this one good eyes on surveillance before moving on to have a good eyes on the top 5 drivers. But looks like Jun Hashimiya is in 3rd place, and here he is right now to be well seen on to the top 5 standings. Got to go proceed on exercise caution. Got to go stay ahead. Okay, there we go. Almost there to catch up to Paul Ura in the Mazda RX Expedition GT3 concept and the Mazda Spirit Racing livery variation. 3 more laps to go. Keep going. Looks like I still might have finally got the hang of it. It's only down to 15.1 seconds left, viewers. Team UDRS Insportec is doing well and impressive to go racing on display at Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi at the UAE. But there's more to come, so I have to be expected on the lookout and proceed to go back on Sector 2 again. But this will be doing very nice to have my own OCs to be ready up and go out for a full racing party competition when it comes to have a 30-lap endurance or do the countdown by the limits, so I have to keep that in mind. So I had to do this for only one full party competition and have some other kinds of fan arts will be more likely to join on session. And there goes 5th place. Only 4 more Group 3 cars to go. Next up, Igor Fraka in a Lexus RCF GT3 2017 in an NS Iwata livery variation for the update look. So I see him right now. Let's go around on Sector 3 again. Keep it nice and slow. Fuel percentage is about to be dropped down to go into 29%. Okay, let's go commit on the first 90-degree angle at turn 12 to turn 14. Okay, just keep going. I'm almost there, and be on the lookout before 1 pit stop available to go for a highlight on check. And there he is. Looks like Schultz is now taking the first position. So I have to go for it, and Jun Hashimiya is in the lead. With 2 more laps to go, it's going to get tricky out there, so I had to give it all I got and keep up to go for only 1 tire compound only to be switching out from the hard into racing stop. So that's what I'm talking about, having a full race and wait until being patient until moving on to be in the top 3 position to be expected earlier. Okay, just have to go watch my 6. Okay, keep going and switching up back to power 1. Just might need to go over increased speed. Okay, check and confirm. Not yet at least. I still might need to have a 1 good hold down the grip before catching up to Lucas Brunelli in the Mercedes AMG GT3 2020. Just only have 2 more GT3 race cars left to go. I'm about to catch up to Jun Hashimiya, folks. It's going to get nicer and well better to have Team UDRS Insportec will go for a full racing spotlight and much more impressive to be racing around in the Yas Marina circuit. Just have to go right in and recent check on the lap time update after I just took on lap 6. 1 minute, 56.386 seconds. So I have to go in there. Just have to keep a good hold on the pressure. Okay, there we go. So let's go follow with Jun Hashimiya. It looks like this will have to go for the next lap as well, so I have to go to the pit stop earlier to be planned and ready up to go for only 1 more step to go on the last resort. Okay, let's go for it and have the sub racing compound tires to be ready up and short on requirement fuel percentage. So there you go, just only have 30% and for power 1 is only need to be dropped down into the main list of grid standings. But this cutscene turns out very nice and well impressive to go underneath the pass by taking and skipping around on turn 1. But looks like I'm about to get back to the race after skipping turn number 2, and be on the lookout once you're about to be exit the pits. Just try to be extra careful to avoid a 3-second penalty. Okay, so let's go for it and catching up for the last remaining 6 drivers after taking 1 pit stop. but that would be much more possible to see if there will be having one Group 3 race car to have a non-stop race without entering the pits. But it takes lack of experience once you're about to get the hang of it to be driving around this track. So let's go proceed and catching up again on Paul Ura. Turn 7 clear. So let's go right ahead and embrace it to go for a true motorsport driver. Okay, I see Schultz. He's on 4th place, so I have to catch up to him, and it's going to get much more skill of the perspective reenactment, just like watching from the Gran Turismo movie at the Dubai Autodrome. Just have to keep going forward and stay focused on the Audi R8 LMS Evolution 2019. Got to stay ahead of Schultz. He's about to get back into the top 3 position. And there he goes. Looks like Jun Hashimiya is on the way to the final lap. So I have to keep that in mind. This race is going to get much more brighter and well better out there to stay on top of it, because the tent is already here, so I have to go and bring out the hammer to drop it in. So let's go for it. It's only down to 20%, and this will have to take the last leg is all I need. So I'm on my way, and just have to go catch up to Iko Fraka in 3rd place. This is going to get much more nicer to becoming a full race intense. Just have to go in 3rd place, stay on track a bit, if it's going to be quite possible to be bring out to have the same energy reference. Time to go quarter-mile run, and here comes the overtake at Lucas Brunelli in the Mercedes-AMG GT3 2020. Got to stay ahead of Hashimiya. Take the last 2 turns on number 6 and 7. All clear. Now, rolling in and beat the 2.7 seconds to get closer to him. But I still have 14% left to go. So it all comes down to this. And turn 9 comes in before heading back to go for only one more sector to go. So let's see some progress and give it all I got to bring out the last resort. So here comes the last 3 turns to go on a 90-degree angle. It's going to get closer, so I might have to stay behind him and wait for the opening. And there it goes. Looks like Team UDRS Insportec on the Chevrolet Corvette C7 Group 3 has finally struck in and took the lead. Good on the comeback, and last turn coming up to take the final stretch. So here it comes. This is going to get much more nicer out there to have the fastest lap time, and 1st place is now complete. Yes! Haha, yes! 1st place in Yas Marina Circuit for the World Touring Car 800 as race number 17, ladies and gentlemen. Now that's competition in the nighttime. Alright, but it takes around for a duration in 20 minutes, and here it is right now for the fastest lap time in lap number 10. Came in 1 minute 54.152 seconds. So that's the total time in 19 minutes 43.160 seconds. Nicely job, and that's game, viewers. First week of December weekly challenge is all done. And here it is right now to go for a standard earning in 200,000 Gran Turismo credit without a clean bonus. Just came in first, and 500,000 GT credit on the 3rd ticket has been obtained successfully. Now that's what I call a smell taste of a racing victory. So let's go for only one last content replay, and this is going to be the best seat in the house. Just to go in 19 minutes to be well seen and take place to have the last batch to go for only one 296 GT3 versus my Corvette C7 Group 3 with the UDRS Insportec livery. I am so very extraordinary hot, viewers. I know how it is because I know my expression gives me a whole lot of out of mind experience to see this good kind of a factory update. but this part right over here to be take place right on turn 12 through turn 14, and it's going to get much more nicer out there to have 2 Group 3 race cars, and here it is right now to go for a close in on the footage. And there we go, just had myself along with Jun Hashimiya in the 296 GT3, and one more content replay has been collected to be saved. Very nice, and race well done as well to have this main part of the segment video for only 4 races, including with the driving missions for only 1 lap magic. So let's go back to the GT garage, and this we might have to call it for a day before moving on to go for a second week until tomorrow. What a day of hard working for racing viewers, and I still kinda like about Yas Marina Circuit is the best moment to go racing in nighttime. So let's have a payday to go earning up, and look at this. I also collected with some few roulette tickets with some 3 stars, 4 star, 5 star, and 6 star roulette tickets as usual. So let's have to go for collecting up the payday to go over by 800,000, 3 times for the ticket, and almost there to go back into 100 million credit as I ends up here in 92,189,570 GT credits. So looks like if I had to do it right now to go for only 1 free other roulette tickets until Christmas will be coming up soon until December 25th. Just have to go and start out with some 3 roulette tickets on the main date as possible. Let's have the 3 start coming up, and which one should I get? Well, much more clever as usual, and this will go right here in 5,000 GT credits. Got to go update to my current balance and keep earning up by every day. Now for the 4-star roulette ticket coming up, and see which one should I get for the common if I had to go for a million GT credits. And there goes 30,000 Gran Turismo credits. Just have to go for a small average payday and have the 5-star roulette ticket to go for available until Christmas Eve on 24. So viewers, looks like you might need to have enough roulette tickets before Christmas, and this will bring out to have a lot of good gifts for all of us as good Gran Turismo players. And there's 100,000 GT credit on the main goal, and there it is right now to go collected to have my current balance to be last on the update. I'll have to keep more racing, and I still have some other plans and ideas for some upcoming brand new liveries. Well folks, it was a lot of fun out there to go participate for a brand new set of the weekly challenge as the first week of December. It was so awesome to have ourselves to go for participation in 1 lap magic at Watkins Glen Long Course to go with 8 generations of Chevrolet Corvette versus 1 Chevrolet Corvette CX.R Vision Gran Turismo concept. But that will be much more awesome if they will be having some brand new set of challenges, just like the Mission Challenge, Time Trial, and even yet for only 1 latest special event has still remained available for every week after the past update to be well placed exactly to be using for all 5 races. And they will be having 1 good additional thing perhaps. We'll have to keep a good watchful eye out to have a good eyes on Time Trial only once we're about to be prepare ourselves and make our good mark before we proceed to go for the second week of December weekly challenge. Even yet, the World Touring Car 800 at Yas Marina Circuit. But man, I kinda love about this event, and quite very impressive to see some Group 3 race cars to go full racing action, to have the first 4 laps to go in sunset, and the next 6 laps to go for a full nighttime competition display. Just only have 1 full race, 1 pit stop is all I need, and also you have to have the other 2 events after already cleared from the Mitsubishi FTO GP version R at Blue Moon Bay Speedway in Field A in Japanese FF Challenge for under 50. But I still really enjoy for having a best racing night on Yas Marina Circuit for the World Touring Car 800. That would be quite good awesome to see some 2 more events will be tried out as well to have Group 1 Prototype Series and Ferrari Circuit Challenge on daytime or nighttime. But we'll wait and see, and it's going to get much more nicer out there to have 2 latest races after finishing up on the Sylvia Sisters at D-Force Raceway in nighttime, as I was using for the Nissan Sylvia Spec.R Aero S15 2002 for only 1 of the 3 time-minute liveries Yukikase Mitsuki as a fan art SFW livery. Or I'll have to go adding up as well to have one additional titanium livery with Rinko Akiyama. But that would be much more nicer to have 3 more batches to have some additional titanium liveries. But one more thing perhaps, as I had to go for only one race review check on in European FR Challenge 550 at Autodrome Lago Maggiore East. Part Catholic and part suspension camp fan art livery, and also yet part none like Isabel Carboni, as I did very well to be driving on the Alfa Romeo HC Competizione 2008, to be referred to be nicknamed as the sports car Popmobile is Isabel's dream iconic vehicle. But fan art design does matter, but it's all about having one experience to do for only one fan art livery to be participate in all 4 races except one mission challenge available to be listed to go brand new. So let's wrap this up, viewers, and ready up to go tomorrow until Friday, as the 5 races will go on a reset after finishing up on Polestar 5 Time Trial Challenge 2025 at Brands Hatch Indy Circuit, and looks like 2 new ones as well will be ready up and proceed onward until the World Finals for the Gran Turismo World Series at Fukuoka until December 20 and 21st. But I can't wait to go for a participation on the Manufacturers Cup at Yas Marina Circuit for the Group 3 category, and Nations Cup for the Gran Turismo F3500-B to go for a Nations Cup specified variation. The celebration goes on, and we will always have to continue on until at the end of 2025 before next year in 2026. So thank you for enjoying watching the video on Gran Turismo 7. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Follow me on DividendArt. So thank you for enjoying watching the video on Gran Turismo 7. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Follow me on DividendArt, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet. So thank you for enjoying watching the video on Gran Turismo 7. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Follow me on DividendArt, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and more social media platforms. Plus, membership is now open to everyone who will join to get access for price levels a month with exclusive perks, custom emoji with my OCs, and many more features to support the channel by becoming a member. It's the best way to help out with the super thanks as an extra will support and grow. And also check it out on my YouTube shorts that brings out with some presentation showcase like UDRS Inspirtech, Total Drama fan art, and suspension camp fan art liveries whenever you're welcome at any time, along with some various. I'll be seeing you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again at the next current video. Keep on racing, stay clean.